the 4 types of sentence structure. In the video, What is a Sentence?, we saw the minimum requirements for making a sentence, which are a subject and a predicate. Remember that the predicate always contains a verb. Now we can look more closely at the 4 types of sentence structure. These are simple, compound, complex, and compound complex. Simple sentence structure, or SS. A simple sentence is made of one independent clause. In fact, they're the same thing, an independent clause and a simple sentence. An independent clause contains a subject and a verb and expresses a complete thought. Here are our examples. I like coffee. Mary likes tea. The earth goes around the sun. Mary did not go to the party. All of these are examples of simple sentences, which are also called independent clauses. Compound sentence. A compound sentence is 2 or more independent clauses, simple sentences, joined together by a conjunction. Examples are, I like coffee and Mary likes tea. Mary went to work, but John went to the party. Our car broke down, so we came last. There are 7 coordinating or fanboys conjunctions: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. You need to learn how to use all of them, but to begin with, you should focus on learning and, but, or, and so. You can learn the others when your English is more advanced. Complex sentence structure. We can show that with CX. A complex sentence consists of an independent clause plus a dependent clause. A dependent clause starts with a subordinating conjunction and contains a subject and a verb, but it does not express a complete thought. So here are our example sentences. We missed our plane because we were late. Our dog barks when she hears a noise. He left in a hurry after he got a phone call. So in this situation, in these sentences, we can see that the first part of the sentence is an independent clause. We missed our plane. The second part of the sentence is a dependent clause. It begins or starts with a subordinating conjunction and then has the rest of the sentence. So, because we were late. If we use because we were late all on its own, it does not have a complete thought or a complete meaning. We must connect it to we missed our plane. Then we have a complete thought across both parts. The same is true with the second sentence. Our dog barks is an independent clause. When she hears a noise is a dependent clause. He left in a hurry is independent. After he got a phone call is dependent. In a complex sentence, the independent clause can come first or last. The dependent clause can also come first or last. In the sentences above, the independent clause is first and the dependent clause is last, but we can write them the other way with no problem. Here are some examples. Because we were late, we missed our plane. When she hears a noise, our dog barks. After he got a phone call, he left in a hurry. Notice that when the independent clause comes first, there is no comma. But when the dependent clause comes first, we need a comma at the end of it. You can see that in each of these sentences. Here are some common subordinating conjunctions you need to learn how to use. After, although, as, because, before, how, if, once, since, than, that, though, till, until, when, where, whether, and while. You should first try learning because, before, after, although, and if. Then try learning some of the others. Compound complex sentence. A compound complex sentence consists of at least two independent clauses and one or possibly more dependent clauses. So here are some examples. John didn't come because he was ill, so Mary was not happy. John is an independent clause. I get them mixed up too. John is an independent clause. Because he was ill is a dependent clause. So is our coordinating conjunction. Mary was not happy is another independent clause. He left in a hurry is an independent clause. After he got a phone call is a dependent clause. But is our coordinating conjunction. He came back 5 minutes later is another independent clause. Again, we can move the clauses of the complex sentence part around and keep the meaning of the sentence. Just remember to keep each clause as a single unit, as I did in the sentences below. Here we put the dependent clause first. Because he was ill, John didn't come, so Mary was not happy. After he got a phone call, he left in a hurry, but he came back 5 minutes later. Even though I've moved two of the clauses in the examples above, there's something I didn't move. What is it? That's right. I didn't move the clause after the coordinating conjunction. That's because the sentence wouldn't work if I did. The meaning would change, or the sentence wouldn't make sense at all. There are other ways to make compound complex sentences, but these are the most common. When your English is more advanced, you can learn those other ways if you want to. So that's an introduction to the 4 types of sentence structure in English. Learn them well because they will really help you.